Welcome to Week 12 of the BTFL Season 2. Two 7-win teams, the Eagles and the Guardians, play today. Ron Moore comes back from injury. We'll start off with Brett Favre. He's the gunslinger, throwing it to the Hall of Fame receiver. Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. Jerry Rice gets it to around the 20-yard line, and this would lead to a Nick Lowry made field goal after the drive stalls. It's 3-0. Guardians get the ball back as Favre, he has time to throw as Rice gets the catch down the right side. Favre surveys the field inside the red zone, and he is intercepted by Ronnie Lott. It's a touchback. Dave Craig, he gets the ball in the first half, throws it over the middle to Steve Jordan. That's the skinny post over the middle to around the 32-yard line, and then Dave Craig would hand the ball off to Johnny Bailey. He goes whoop around defenders. He makes the ball into the end zone for the touchdown. The Eagles take the lead 7-3. Not to be upstaged by a regular player like Dave Craig, would throw it down the right side to a wide open Jerry Rice, Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer. It is 10-7. Johnny Bailey would get the handoff down the right side. He gets tackled. Ball's on the ground, recovered by the Guardians, and this would lead to a field goal made by Nick Lowry. It's a 6-point ball game. A punt for the Eagles, and the punter gets safetied. Turnover on downs. Now it's an 8-point ball game, and then Favre would go back to his bag of tricks down the left side to Alexander. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. And then down the left side again, a jumping catch by Alexander Wright. He's loving the end zone. Touchdown, 22-7. Seems like an insurmountable lead for the Guardians, but Dave Craig would throw the ball down the right side to Mervin Fernandez. Easy catch. And then inside Guardians territory would throw the ball down the left side. Jumping catch by Randall Hill. In the outstretched arms of the defensive back, is unable to get the ball. Favre would get the ball. He would get tackled. It's a fumble. Jesse Tuggle's Johnny on the spot, and Johnny Bailey gets the touchdown. Next drive for the Eagles, down by 1 point, as Randall Hill catches the rocket catch, avoids defenders. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. Eagles get the lead here. They come back, scores 28-22. Dave Craig and the Eagles get the ball back as Steve Jordan, who catches the ball over the middle inside the red zone, and then Ernest Biner, who we haven't called his name yet, but he whoops around defenders, making it into the end zone for the touchdown, 35-22. Favre is really good at the end of the fourth quarter in his games, as he would find Jerry Rice for his second touchdown of the game. Jerry had a pretty good game here, not too shabby. Dave Craig, trying to finish this game off, throws the ball to Steve Jordan, who had a good game until right now. Ball's on the ground. It's a fumble. Mike Harden is Johnny on the spot. Favre tries to get something here as he's sacked by Clyde Simmons, and last-ditch effort. Favre trying to find his tight end on the seam, and it's incomplete. Boston wins 35-29. Eagles are 8-4. Guardians are 7-5. Philadelphia will host the Buffalo Stampede. Garrison Hurst is coming back from injury. We'll start off with Bo Nose Jackson. He knows the end zone, bobbing and weaving around defenders. 7-0 lead for Buffalo. The Philadelphia Spirit will try a punt, but they're unable to get it off. Punter sacked, side retired. And this will lead to Brian Blades, the guy with knives on his hands, catching a Vinny Vici pass. 2-touchdown lead for the Buffalo Stampede. Joe Montana would throw down the right side to Barry Foster's Freeze, and Barry Foster's Freeze would be in the end zone for his first touchdown of the game. Later on, Joe Montana and the Philadelphia Spirit are driving. He would throw it down the left side to Michael Haynes. That would be a first down. This would lead to a John Carney made field goal. 4-point lead for Buffalo Stampede. Benny Testaverde with a shotgun snap in Philadelphia territory would throw it over the middle to Garrison Hurst, and Garrison Hurst would make it into the end zone. 11-point lead. Benny Testaverde would make a mistake, throwing an interception to Lewis Oliver. This would lead to a John Carney made field goal. It's good. 8-point game. Onside kick in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia recovers it, but we'll have a fourth down here. The Spirit will go for it, and Joe Montana's unable to hook up with his receiver, but Philadelphia will get the ball back as Montana hands the ball off to Johnny Johnson. Johnny Johnson makes it inside Buffalo territory to around the 36-yard line. And then Joe Montana, play action fake, throws it to Michael Haynes. That's who, no one else really. And John Carney will kick this ball off. Usually if we're showing a play like this, it's a big play or a gaff. And guess what? It's a gaff. Philadelphia recovers it. But Joe Montana would make a mistake here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. The ball is intercepted by Brett Maxey in the end zone, but Philadelphia would get the ball back. Johnny Johnson makes that clutch catch. 13 seconds left. John Carney loads up for the field goal. The ball is up, and it is good. Philadelphia wins, and Buffalo is 5-7. Philadelphia is first place in the league, 10-2.
Okay, we have Baltimore and Chicago, and Eric Kramer's back. He steps back to pass. And I don't know what he's thinking, but he gets picked off. 30-yard field goal attempt. It's good. We're up 3-0. Kramer back for another pass, and he's got some cobwebs because he finds another receiver, but it's not his own. Okay, a handoff to the 20. 15, 10, 5. And he's in. Barry Sanders with the touchdown. It's 10-0. Kramer looking for redemption. Finally has an open man. Ingrid, and he's off. Could he score? Nope. They have to settle for a field goal. It's now 10-3. Kramer back once again. Trying to get his team in play. He's got a hole. And he's in. We're tied up at 10 apiece. Kramer with a little funky move. Running the ball. Ooh, there goes that leg. He's back on the IR. Time to go to the bench. Gannon's back in. And let's see if he can lead us here. Gannon back to pass. Wide open. Ingram. And now it's 17-10. Looking good for them. Man back to pass. Oh, he's got a Monk. Monk gets stopped. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. Now it's 17-13. Getting him back one more time. He's got his guy. Oh, Ingram and him. Let's make it 2. 2 touchdowns on the day for both. 24-13. Late in the game, Gannon back to pass. Oh, he's got ball. Ball's going. Ooh. Gets stopped. Leads us at the 10. Gannon back to pass. Oh, he's got another guy, Irving Fryer. It's 31-20, and that's where we'll leave it today, guys. Bulls 31, Chiefs 20.
New York Empire with 2 wins traveled to Milwaukee to play the Warriors. Gary Brown comes back from injury, and he had a really good one, but we start off with Steve DeBerg getting sacked. It's a fumble recovered by Clay Matthews for the touchdown. Score 7-0. Steve DeBerg needing to do something in this game so he doesn't get benched again. Throws it down the left side to Mike Sherrard, and Mike Sherrard gets it to around the 26-yard line. He's fighting off tacklers, but he gets to that 25-yard line. Gary Brown gets the handoff fake sweep. He gets the touchdown, but Scott Norwood follows this off with, ironically, off the right uprights. It's no good for the extra point. Neil O'Donnell down the right side. He's intercepted by Jarvis Williams, one of 2 interceptions on the day. Steve DeBerg, he would throw the ball down the left side to Gary Brown because he just came back from injury. And whoop, what a nasty juke right there to the 15-yard line. And this time Norwood would make this field goal. It's 9-7 in favor of New York. Usually when we have a big special teams play, it's a big play or a gaff. And let's see what it's going to be. The return man down the left side. He would get tackled. It's a fumble. It's a gaff. Ball is recovered by Chris Dolman. This would lead to Steve DeBerg in the shotgun. Steve DeBerg throws it down the left side to Mike Sherrard. Wide open in the end zone. You don't get much more wide open than that. A punt for New York, and the punter is not able to get it off. This would lead to a field goal attempt. No good. So it's still 16-7 New York. Steve DeBerg gets sacked. It's a fumble. Hardy Nickerson is Johnny on the spot. He goes, poof, 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 get off me. Now New York is only up by 2. Their lead is slipping, but Flipper Anderson is slipping into the end zone for the touchdown, 23-14. 4th and 10, last-ditch effort for O'Donnell. He would be incomplete over the middle, and Milwaukee loses embarrassingly 26-14 to New York. They have 3 wins now, and the Warriors have 6. Huge division game here for Cincinnati and Pittsburgh for 500 record. Mike Buck is still the quarterback. John Elway is still injured as Mike Buck throws it deep to old reliable Don Beebe. He jumps to make the catch. He'll hand it off to Reggie Cobb, and Reggie Cobb will go, get off me, getting the ball inside the 5-yard line. This would lead to a Jason Elam made field goal. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. Mark Rippon would stand back. He would rip it down the right side, jumping, catching Jesse Hester. Not Devin Hester, not nearly as fast at least. And Ricky Running Waters would get the ball up the middle. Get off me. Up by 4 is Cincinnati. Mike Buck would get intercepted by Richard Johnson, and then Gil Fenerty would get the ball inside the 5. He scampers in for the touchdown. Up by 11 is Cincinnati. Mike Buck, play action rollout, bootleg, throws it down the right side to old reliable Don Beebe. First touchdown for Mike Buck this season. It's a 4-point ball game as Pittsburgh gets it back inside Cincinnati territory, but Lonnie Young would intercept Mike Buck. Second interception in the game for Mike Buck. Ricky Running Waters will run it down the left side. He's avoiding tackles. He's scampering, making the first down inside of the Renegades territory. And then Willie Galt would catch this ripped pass down the left side. The track stars got the touchdown. 21-10. Ricky Running Waters bobbing and weaving around defenders, getting it to around the 25-yard line. But he will be injured, and he would be replaced by Derek Moore once again. So not so good for the running back for the Rampage, but Roger Ruzek would make this field goal after the drive stalls. It's a 14-point ball game. Mike Buck is trying to rally, throwing it down the right side up the seam to Kevin Mack attack, and Kevin Mack attack gets it close to the 5-yard line inside the red zone. Buck steps up into the pocket. He throws it to Michael Jackson, moonwalking in the end zone. 4th and 2, thinking it'll be a last-ditch effort, but Reggie Cobb goes, get off me. He gets the first down, but then Mike Buck gets sacked by Gary Reasons. 4th and forever for Pittsburgh. Mike Buck throws it deep down the right side. Old reliable Don Beebe rocket catches for the touchdown, down by 1. Jason Elam just needs to sink this extra point, which he'll be able to do, right? But doink, no good off the left uprights. And Pittsburgh, they need more chances to recover the onside kick, and they eventually do. It's 4th and 11. Renegades need to convert. Can they do it? And no! Kevin Mack attack can't catch that ball. Cincinnati wins by 1. Cincinnati is 6-6. Renegades are 5-7. 2 struggling 4-win teams, the Generals and the Mustangs, meet. Cody Carlson gets this started off early, throwing it over the middle to Rod Bernstein. Rod Bernstein makes it inside of the red zone, inside the 15-yard line, close to the 10. And then Cody Carlson backs up, throws the ball down the right side to Anthony Carter. He's got the first touchdown of the game. Sean Salisbury Stake has been hot and cold recently as he throws his first pass. It's an interception to Darrell Fullington, getting the ball inside of Washington territory. And Otis Anderson, he gets the ball into the end zone for the touchdown, beasting it through that defensive line. Next drive for Sean Salisbury Stake. He's intercepted again, this time by Gil Bird. He makes it inside of Washington territory, and Rod Bernstein goes whoop, whoop around defenders. He makes it into the end zone for the touchdown, but they miss the extra point. Sean Salisbury Stake has got to do something here, throwing the ball to Curtis Conway, missing defenders, getting the ball to around the 16-yard line. But Sean Salisbury Stake running out of the pocket, he gets sacked, and the field goal by Mike Kofer would be good. So Washington finally gets on the board, down 17, but Detroit is in their own territory. And another touchdown catch here by Anthony Carter, not covered by the safety enough. 27-3. Salisbury to Jones on the next drive, getting it inside the 35-yard line. And Mel Gray would bob and weave around defenders. He gets the ball into the red zone, and they find themselves in a 4th and 2 situation and go for it. But Mel Gray is tackled. It's a turnover on downs, but they'll get the ball back as Carlson is sacked by Kyle Clifton in the end zone. It's a safety. 27-5. Curtis Conway jumps and grabs that catch. and Derek Fenner gets the touchdown. Score is 27-12. Onside kick. Generals need to recover. They don't, as Detroit's Rod Bernstein gets some extracurriculars here. 34-12 is the ending score. Mustangs are 5-7. Generals are 4-8.